you are aware, we are at the heart of implementing recommendations from the Presidential Working Party on education reforms. These reforms touch on every aspect of our education system, from the curriculum to teacher training, assessments to infrastructure, and to funding of schools and governance. At the center of this change is school leadership. Without strong ethical and competent principles, no policy, however well-intentioned, can succeed. You are at the front line as change makers, and that's why I find this conference absolutely fundamental. In just 6 months, you are expected to receive the pioneer class of the competency-based education into your schools. So far, we have successfully rolled out the CBE up to grade 9. In terms of the scale of the rollout, CBE has been rolled out in all our 39,156 primary schools and in 26,764 junior schools across the country. We anticipate transitions to senior school in approximately 10,940 secondary schools across the country. But I wish to give government assurance about the state of our preparedness for the transition of our grade 9 learners to senior school next year. And the chair of TSCR said retooling of all our teachers will be done beginning August. I wish to assure the public and all stakeholders that the government is fully prepared for the inaugural transition to senior school. I wish to highlight a few of the steps that have been taken to ensure this smooth transition. One, the Ministry of Education has developed a watertight system that is being used by grade 9 to select their preferred senior schools and career pathways. Already, the grade 9 candidates are busy utilizing the system to make their senior school choices, which are being informed by their career pathways, gender, the nature of the school, and location, among other factors. Number two, based on school infrastructure and staffing, the Ministry of Education has categorized senior schools to ensure that each institution would be able to offer pathways that are aligned to their existing facilities. Number three, the process of preparing for the grade 9 national assessment is going on, and results of the summative exercise will be out in time to ensure smooth placements of candidates to senior school. You may recall that senior schools now have an extra classroom, which was alluded to by the chair because of the fact that we didn't have Form 1 this year, that will only be having 3 classes as well. These classrooms are expected to provide extra space in every senior school, enabling us to avoid overcrowding. Ahead of January, ladies and gentlemen, the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Reforms, Curriculum Development will distribute all the necessary reading and learning materials for grade 9. We probably will begin that exercise in October. As you'll be hearing from the Teacher Service Commission, or you've already heard, the government has allocated adequate funds for retooling of senior school teachers to ensure that they are ready for the rollout of CBE in grade 10 next year. And as we prepare for this transition, I call upon you to work with the government to intensify the preparations in terms of infrastructure adjustments, career guidance, and school pathway planning. I urge you to offer your feedback and leadership on the ground. You may recall that this term we've already released 22 billion for capitation for basic education learners countrywide. Out of this, 11.6 billion was for free day secondary education. And I appreciate the challenges that were highlighted ably by your chair. And as I said, we are going to do something about this issue as we work with the National Treasury. I call upon you to continue using these resources prudently. I promise to continue working with all the relevant stakeholders, including the National Treasury, to release all the funds set aside for capitation in a timely manner. We will also continue to work with the National Assembly to ensure that the capitation requirement is funded adequately. For example, this year there was an issue with examinations, but that budget was returned, and the government will fund examinations as usual. As principals, you are expected to embrace the government's push for digital transformation. The ministry is rolling out measures to digitize the education system, including school operations, through the Kenya Education Management Information System. Heads of institutions must lead in the adoption of data management, digital literacy, and ICT. We will support you with the training that is required and the tools that you require, but you need to be at the forefront of embracing this change.